struggling woman. Rupa was born in a small village in India. Her village was surrounded by green fields and tall trees. The people in her village were kind but poor. Most of them worked in the fields, growing rice and wheat. Rupa's family was not rich. Her father worked as a daily wage laborer. Some days he got work, some days he didn't. Her mother cooked food at home and took care of the children. Rupa had 3 younger siblings. As the eldest, Rupa had many responsibilities. From a young age, Rupa helped her mother cook, clean, and look after her younger brother and sisters. Even though she was only 10 years old, she behaved like a grown-up. She always smiled, even when she was tired. Rupa loved going to school. She was a bright student. Her teachers often praised her. But when Rupa turned 13, her father said, "You can't go to school anymore. We need you at home." Rupa was heartbroken. She cried quietly at night, but she obeyed her father. From that day, she stayed home and helped her mother full-time. Even though Rupa stopped going to school, her love for learning never ended. At night, after finishing all her work, she would sit under the lamp and read her old school books. She borrowed books from her friend Radha, who was still in school. Rupa had a dream. She wanted to become a teacher one day. She believed that education could change her life. Her mother once asked, "Why do you still read those books?" Rupa smiled and said, "Because one day I will teach others." Her mother didn't say anything, but deep inside, she was proud of her daughter. Rupa's life was not easy. She worked from morning till night. She cooked, cleaned, washed clothes, and took care of her siblings. Her hands were always rough. Her back often hurt, but her heart was full of hope. When Rupa turned 16, tragedy struck. Her father fell from a tree while collecting firewood and broke his leg. He couldn't work anymore. There was no money for food, let alone for his treatment. The family suffered. Rupa decided to do something. She went to the nearby town and asked around for work. Finally, a kind woman offered her a job as a housemaid. "Will you work hard?" the woman asked. Rupa nodded. "Yes, madam, I will do anything." So, Rupa started working in the city. She would wake up early, take the bus, clean the house, cook food, and come back late. She earned a small salary, but it helped her family buy food and medicine. Her hands became rougher, her feet ached. But she never complained. She always said, "This is only the beginning. Better days will come." One day, while working at the house, Rupa met a young woman named Meera. Meera was the daughter of the house owner. She had just finished college and was preparing to become a teacher. Meera noticed how smart Rupa was. One afternoon, Meera saw Rupa reading an English book while taking a break. "Where did you learn to read this?" Meera asked, surprised. "I went to school till class 7. Then I had to stop," Rupa replied. Meera smiled. "You're very bright. Why don't you study more?" Rupa looked down. "I don't have time. I have to work." But Meera didn't forget Rupa. After a few weeks, she brought her some second-hand books. She also started teaching Rupa for 1 hour every evening after work. Rupa was very happy. She would work all day, then study with Meera at night. Slowly, her English improved. She learned math again. Mira even helped her fill out a form for an open school exam. "I believe in you," Mira said. "One day, you'll become a teacher." Rupa's eyes filled with tears. No one had ever believed in her like that before. Studying while working was not easy. Some days Rupa was too tired to even open her books. Some days her mother fell ill, or her siblings needed her. But Rupa didn't give up. She studied during her lunch breaks. She revised in the bus. She stayed up late, sometimes with only a candle to light her book. When exam day came, Rupa wore her best clothes and went to the exam center. She was nervous, but also excited. Many students looked at her strangely. "She's too old to be in school," some whispered, but Rupa ignored them. She wrote her exam with confidence. A few months later, the results came. Rupa had passed with distinction. She couldn't believe it. She ran home, crying and laughing at the same time. Her mother hugged her. "You did it, my daughter." Mira was also very happy. Now, let's prepare for the next step, college. With Mira's help, Rupa applied for a women's college nearby. She got admission in a Bachelor of Education (B.Ed) program. She also got a scholarship for poor girls. College was a new world. At first, Rupa felt out of place. The other girls wore nice clothes, had mobile phones, and came from better families. Rupa had only 2 dresses and borrowed books. Some girls laughed at her, but many respected her story. Slowly, Rupa made friends. She worked hard and topped her class. The teachers loved her dedication. At the same time, she still worked part-time to support her family. She cooked in the mornings, studied in the afternoon, and worked in the evenings. She barely slept. But in her heart, she knew every sacrifice was worth it. After completing her B.Ed, Rupa applied for teaching jobs. It was not easy. Many schools preferred English-speaking, city-bred teachers. Some interviewers looked down on her village background. But one day, a government school in her own village had a vacancy. Rupa applied. During the interview, she said, "I know what it means to struggle. I know what it means to dream. I want to help other girls like me." The principal nodded. "You are just what we need." Rupa got the job. Her first day as a teacher was emotional. She stood in front of the same blackboard where she once studied. Her students looked at her with respect and love. She saw herself in the eyes of the little girls sitting in the front row dreamers, just like she was. Rupa didn't stop after becoming a teacher. She started a small free tuition center for poor children in her village. Every evening, she taught kids who couldn't afford private coaching. She also visited families and convinced them to send their daughters to school. Some villagers still believe that girls shouldn't study too much. But Rupa didn't argue. She simply told her story. "Look at me," she said. "I was like your daughter. If I can become a teacher, so can she." Her words worked like magic. Slowly, more girls started coming to school. Rupa became a role model in her village. She also took care of her family. Her father recovered slowly. Her siblings continued their education. Rupa made sure they didn't face the same problems she had. Years passed. Rupa's hair now had strands of gray, but her smile remained the same. She still woke up early, taught with passion, and helped others. One day, A local news reporter came to interview her. "You are an inspiration to many," he said. "What is your message to women who are still struggling?" Rupa thought for a moment and said, "Never stop dreaming. Life is not easy, but don't give up. Your struggle today can be someone's hope tomorrow." The article was published with the title, "From Maid to Mentor: The Inspiring Journey of Rupa." Rupa's story is not just about poverty or pain. It is a story of strength, courage, and belief. She started with nothing, no money, no support, no power. But she had a dream and a strong heart. That was enough. Today, Rupa is not just a teacher. She is a change maker. She proved that even one woman, with enough courage, can change her world. Her journey shows that a woman's struggle is not a weakness, it is her strength. And through that struggle, she finds her true power.